Right, everybody, next guest is here and he's eagerly waiting to get into the action. It is, of course, Luke Johnson. Luke, how you doing, my friend?
Yes, I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well. And actually, Luke, I've been excited to talk to you because we've spoken to a lot of drivers. We've got a lot more drivers coming up as well. And people have been involved with the Metro Cup for a number of years. But you're not one of those people, are you? Because you haven't even raced anywhere yet. Is that right?
Yeah, I've not even officially driven on a track before in my life. So, yeah, jumped in two-footed.
So you're taking the plunge with the Metro Cup. You're obviously looking to get out next year into racing action.
Yeah.
But are you almost ready to go?
Yeah, so bought the car last month. Did a bit of work in terms of cosmetics, took the decals off. Got a couple of sponsors through the business, so that's quite nice. So yeah, the plan is that it's going for full stickering, I think the end of this month, early April. Road cage to put back in once that's been sort of cleaned and powder coated and things like that. And then the hope is to get out on some track days, July, sort of August time, get used to the car, do my license, and then ready to rock and roll from next year, really.
So I suppose the question really is, Luke, is well, why motorsport? Is it a passion of yours? Has it always been a passion of yours?
No, if I'm being completely honest. Passion for me has always been Volkswagens. I've been into the Volkswagen scene for a number of years. Sort of drifted out of that when I progressed through the business and got company cars and things like that. Didn't see the value of having two cars parked at home doing nothing sort of thing. But I've been itching to get into something. I've recently bought a house where I've got a garage now, so it's sort of always been the key that when I get a garage bit of space, I'm going to sort of progress into something. Sort of toyed with the idea of a track car. Looked at sort of a Citroen C2, play about with a couple of grand in it, and just go have some fun. Then I got wind of this car through another driver for this year, Rob Jessup, who said, "Look, this one's coming up. Come and have a look at mine." Went down, had a chat with him, sort of got the buzz pretty much straight away. Thought this could be fun, and yeah, took the wife. The wife first thought was, "That looks like a death trap. What are you doing with your life?" To which it was like, it's probably safer than any car that we've got with the roll cage and everything else. So we decided to take the plunge. Spoke to Richard Garrett, went down to Milton Keynes, saw the car. Really, really helpful chap. Can't thank him enough. Went through everything from top to bottom. And just sort of got a vibe that the club's are family orientated. It's not, I didn't want to do something where if I weren't as good as somebody else, I was going to get ridiculed for it, if that makes sense. To know things like that have happened in the past when, you look at the Japanese car scene and things like that, it's very cliquey and and I didn't want that, which is why I fell in love with the Volkswagen scene, because you can turn up with a £350 banger and somebody thinks it's cool. And that was the sort of idea. But speaking to Richard and a few other guys, it seems that the Metro Cup is very much a family-orientated part. I want the wife to come down. I've got a 6-month-old daughter, so I want her to come down and just have a good weekend away, a few beers on an evening, racing, and a bit of a laugh, really.
It's the perfect life, isn't it, really, Luke? I mean,
sounds it.
Luke, you're looking to get out on track this year, aren't you, to give it a bit of a testing? Where's your local track, Luke?
So I'm based in Wakefield, West Yorkshire. So there's 2 or 3 that I could probably go to, really.
Donington closest, would that be right?
Donington or Mallory, one of them 2, really. Again, not used to driving on a track or anything. I'm not too sure where they are and things like that. But, again, speaking to Rob, Rob's done a load of track days. Him and his dad's been involved in it, and his brother races in Mini Miglia and things like that. So, good sort of people to be around, really, in terms of how we do it and things like that. So, I'm all ears to them guys, really, and they've booked on a track day for end of April. Unfortunately, the car won't be ready by then due to financial circumstances with my wife being on maternity and things like that at the minute. But yeah, we're hoping to get a couple of booked back end of the year and get used to it and have some fun.
I really appreciate it. It's a great story, by the way. From sort of almost no background in motorsport to suddenly jumping in both feet into the Metros. wait to see you certainly on the grid next year. We will be live streaming every round this year, hopefully next year as well. Are you going to attend some of the races this year?
Yeah, the idea is to attend as many as I can, just to get a feel for the club, have a walk around the paddock and say hello to a few people. Emma Cross has been super helpful as well, and everything else. So it just feels like a family that I want to be part of, and the family that I want to bring my family to as well. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Well, in that, I'm going to do it every round this year. So when we do meet each other, let's get the cold beers going, shall we?
Definitely, mate. Definitely.
Thanks for your time, mate. I really, really appreciate it. It's been an absolute pleasure.